welcome to another installment of 20-somethings OKC podcast. Yes. This is installment number 2.
Period.
We're very excited.
Our first one was the working through like your childhood traumas, and we also had an event on that following up, so we thought that the podcast would be good to kind of like go into that. We're excited. We're a little more comfortable, more excited this time around. So
yep,
we're excited.
What's the topic today?
Girl,
what's the topic?
This will be our first part of the series of dating in your 20s.
Part 1.
Yes, part 1. So we are going to have eventually, whenever our next part 2 to this series, we're going to have different of our members, you all, to come and actually be on the show and talk about your experiences in dating. Y'all been talking about it. Y'all been saying y'all wanted to do this, so.
And we want to hear it.
We
need perspectives. We need to hear your experiences in your dating careers. Because really, it's a career.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Dating is like, it takes so much. Like, it really feels like you work it. So, your dating career, we want to know your stats. We want to know, like, all of that.
Yeah, well, we ready. So we're gonna have a male. We're going to have a female, so they can tell like both sides of their experiences, and we're gonna have everyone from just different, whatever your sexual orientation is, talking about your experience in that. So regardless, we just want to hear a little bit of both sides. So bring them on over. DM us if you do want to be on the next part of the series, and we'll have multiple. So if you don't make it on the next one, you can be on one of the following. Okay.
Yep.
Period.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna get into it.
We can get into it.
Okay. Let's see. What has dating been like so far in your 20s? What has it been like?
Me first. Okay.
You first.
In my 20s overall, it's so weird because like dating compared to like my early 20s, I was still in college, and now I'm like, oh my grown woman dating, which is very different, and what I look for in a partner is very different compared to like when I was in college. Like what I require isn't the same, but now I feel like I've always had high standards, and like people have always told me like they're unrealistic, my standards, but I don't think they are. I think they're just like, you have to come correct with me, and I feel like that can be like a turnoff for people that are used to kind of like being able to bullshit people. And I've had my fair share obviously of like being played, but I'd say dating in my 20s has been me learning what I'll accept, what I won't accept, and like that's why it's like a huge I feel like gap in like what type of men I was dating 2021 to like the men I'm dating now at 24. Like even in a year has changed, and like what I'm entertaining changes. You know, I'd rather go a year not seriously talking to anybody or dating anybody than like
playing around.
Yeah. If I want to play around, they don't really do well with that because then it's not on their terms.
Yeah.
So I'd say, to put it in layman's terms, put it in simple terms, dating in my 20s has been about experiences. It's been about learning what I'll accept, what I won't accept. And overall, I love learning about people. So I'd say about learning what other people, how I can be better on my end. Because I have some things that like, since I haven't had an official boyfriend before, the way that I look at relationships, I'm growing and learning through the dating in a sense. So even if I haven't had an official boyfriend, like I'm still learning, okay, when I do get an official boyfriend, then growing into like when I eventually have my husband, these are things I'm gonna have to do, because it's not just like about me as much as I want it to. It's not just about me, so I have to like be intentional and like seeing like what is needed from that person too. That's what I've learned so far.
Seems like you learned a lot.
In my 20s.
You learned a lot.
4 years? Yeah. What have you learned while dating in your 20s?
Oh, Lord. Gosh. I have learned so much. And I feel like God has equipped me with so much knowledge and wisdom through my experiences in dating. I actually saw a post the other day that said pain turns into wisdom. And I think that's the best way to describe dating in my 20s thus far. I'm 25 now, so I'm at the midway point. And the first half of my 20s, I would dating was very... I wouldn't say I was like dating though. Like, the men that I was involved with, I don't know. Dating has such like dating means something different to everybody. You know?
I agree.
And for me, like, I've always had a marriage like mindset. Like, I was like, I want to get married. Like, I'm dating for marriage. Like, it's never been like, oh, I'm just dating for the experience, or I'm just trying to have fun. Like, I've never been that type of person where like, because it's very hard for me to play with love like that.
Oh, for sure.
Like, I cannot just be out here, because I fall very deep and I fall very fast if I'm not careful.
Empathetic too, so I feel like it's hard. I ain't gonna lie though, if I'm on some bull though, I think you can say like I'm very honest.
Yeah.
Like, I'll let them know like, yeah, I'm on some bull right now. Like,
yeah,
I'm on some bullshit. Not even gonna lie.
Yeah,
so I think like I'm very good at communicating, and that throws people off because I am just a very honest person.
Yes.
Learning how to like. Okay, you can be honest without being like...
Yes. So dating in my 20s, I have learned... I've learned that I have put myself through a lot of things I didn't have to put myself through. Like, a lot of times we want to blame the man for like, oh, he hurt me, he did me like this, but like, he showed you time and time again who he was. Yeah, it told you.
Telling you.
Now they be acting a little confused too, and they
are confused.
It be causing us to be feeling like conflicted. So it's like, okay, I really love this person. Like, let me try to work through this with them. Let me stay. Like, they need to do their thing for a little bit. Okay, I'ma chill. Like, I've never like
asking what you wanted.
Yeah, so
you're compromising your needs because you want to be with that
Yes.
person, and they're making it seem like they want to be with you, but
Yes.
their actions and words, the confusion leaves you allowing yourself to be in that place. That's why you got to be like, as a woman, be intentional, being like, okay, you don't want a relationship? No, we're not friends.
Not doing
it's cut off.
None of that.
Because I don't
That's where I
desire
am
that.
now. That's what I've learned from my first half of my 20s. That's where I am now. It's like, I'm listening to men the first time they say something, and like, I'm kind of not giving them space to be indecisive. Like, you're either gonna do it and be about what you said, and I could compromise a little bit, but like, the compromising I was doing in my early 20s was crazy. Like, I'm never compromising that much. Yeah. Because like you said, we're both very empathetic, and so I'm very understanding. I give a lot of grace, and it's like, okay, they going through it. Like, let me just stay down and just like, do like. But it just it bit me in the ass way more, and so they were good. Like, I don't want to just dog everything I did in my early 20s, but I was I see how many men.
It's been a lot now.
It's been a lot. So
like one per year type beat.
For me, it's been.
I mean, like, on an average, not literally, because one.
No, yeah, so my high school sweetheart and I worked together until I turned 20. So we had broke up like a few months before I turned 21. So like, there was that. Then I met somebody, and then I was like a couple year ordeal. Then I met somebody else. That was a couple year ordeal. So now I'm like, it was so rough. First half of my 20s were so rough dating, but I learned so much goodness. That's why I said the pain turned into wisdom, because I feel like I have beat every level. Like, there's no more levels I can experience where I don't know how to handle it and like be equipped.
Shoot, I said that 2 levels ago.
Yeah, I feel like now I can handle anything, like dating wise, men wise. Like, I'm like, okay, I done seen it all, I done been through it all, I done moved how I need to move, I done healed what I need to heal. Like, I'm ready and equipped. So
this last one definitely showed me like, wow, you on your, like, you standing on your word, baby.
Yeah.
Like, I really been on that, like, gradually over time. Like, I used to go back, entertain. Too. Baby, I've been on some, even if I want to contact you, I've been on some next caller.
Then you know what? That stems from God too. Like, you have a deep relationship with God, like, you speak up for yourself, and you're like, That's what I'm doing this season. I'm speaking up for myself. Like,
me too,
I'm not
for sure.
like minimizing myself or overextending. I'm like, no, I'm gonna tell this man what I want, what I need, which I feel like you're not doing well. And if you don't like it, you are not the one for me. And I'm finna go somewhere else, and I'm going to wait. I'm not out here searching. Like,
it's
waiting.
going to come in due time, naturally and organically.
And I have enough faith in that. That's why it's easy. I think it's easier for us to walk away now because it's like, God,
what's for me? It's for me.
Exactly.
And I'm being intentional.
Exactly.
It's not just about us. Like, we're very reasonable. Like, we're not up here like, you need to boo, 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 boo. It's a conversation.
Yes.
But if you're not able to be conversational, then you're not trying to fight for this for real.
Yeah.
Because if you were like, hey, Kristi, like right now, you know, and we're not even on no, like, monetary stuff. This is stuff we're asking emotionally. I'm asking you to support me. You can't do that, but I'm up here at everything you got. I'm up here at supporting you. You can sit up here and going and doing this and that for your job months without seeing you, supporting you. You know, it's just like at some point it's like when somebody is supporting you and you can't provide something in return, like, you're being unreasonable. It's not us. And you need to do some self-reflection to see, like, you're not in a place you need to be dating.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, are you sure you want to do this? Like, are you sure? Because you're acting like you don't know what you're doing. Because
they like the idea of us and don't know how to actually handle being with a woman who knows what she wants and can do everything that she wants for herself.
And everything that you want.
And showing up for you. Every man I've dated has said the way that I show up for them and the way that I love is superior. And none of them, you can ask any man I've dated and I actually like them. Don't be asking none of them ones that I didn't like them.
I said you can go ask anybody I've been with.
Anybody I've been with.
10 out of 10.
The love that I show, no, nobody is giving that. I'm sorry.
No, they're not.
Period.
I actually feel like I was thinking, I said, I want to start getting reviews from people's past lovers. I really do.
My pastor said, having a conversation with, like, a person you talk to, like, ask them, so, like, could I talk to your ex and, like, what would they say? Like, if they not on some, like, if they start trash talking their ex, talking about some, she weird, so, he's out of there. Because anybody that I ain't worked out with, honestly, none of them, anyone who has done wrong by me or anything like that, they'll communicate to you like I wasn't ready for her. I mishandled her. I was the problem.
I agree. I think mine would say the same. I think they would. But the thing is that ego starts to come in. No, I mean she this, she that. Like, no, you're just mad because when you tried to come back,
baby,
I said,
baby.
That's why, like, I want to hear the reviews from people who are truly moved on from them and they're like, they love them as a person. Like, I want to see them win. Let me give this person, like, a true review. Like, this was my experience. I think they've grown from that. Like, this is, like, she's an amazing person or he's an amazing person. I want some reviews.
Because I have somebody like that. You know who I'm talking about. Like, where me and him, I don't want to be with him anymore. And, like, but it's all love. Somebody asked me about him and I was like, honestly, we cool. I just don't want to be with him. Like, just straight up. Like, when he was ready, I was over it. And when I was really desiring that and fighting for that relationship, he wasn't on that. And, like, I have no problem. Any woman who wants to date him, I have no problem. And, you know, I was in love with him. And, like, but the love has transformed into something else and it's now in a different place. It's a very platonic love. It's not like a, oh, I want to marry you love. It's like a, oh, like, you are a dope person. Like, it's love from over there, though.
Speaking of that, I thought you ain't ever been in a relationship. So what was that?
That don't count.
What was that? So
he officially asked me to be his girlfriend. I say yes. That's situationship. So how long have you been single? Let's get into that. How long have you been single?
I have technically been single 3 years.
Okay.
So technically.
So assuming the non-technicals are the situationships, how long has it been since you've been in a situationship, and what do we count like as a situationship?
So how long has it been since I've been in a situationship, which is so hard to even like it's so hard to be like, what is a situationship? Like, you know, but for me in my head, from my experience and how I was feeling, it's a situationship. It can be anything. I would say June of last year was when my situationship thing was
put
like,
to a halt.
Yeah. But
so we liked him too.
Oh, we loved him. We loved him, but it's fine because bigger and better for me. He wish him the best, but yeah, no, it's been since June, and gosh, it feels like we be delusional sometimes.
Who we?
Girl, we be delusional. Women be delusional sometimes, but I don't think we're not the only ones that add to our delusion. Like when you be in love, that shit is like, it make you start acting different, and that's something I've realized in my healing. Oh, yeah. Like you literally will like have rose-colored lenses on and just see through all this bullshit, and it's like, damn. So yeah, the situationships. Agreed. It's been a couple. In my 20s, really, it's been a couple. And the dude I was with in 2019, I'll be forgetting I dated him. And I forget about him too. I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, but y'all was in a relationship. We was in a whole like actual like that's my boyfriend type shit. That'd be the one I forget about because like I had love for him. Like I loved him, but I don't think I was like deeply in love with him the way I was with my situationship. Yeah.
Which is crazy saying.
Which is crazy.
I've never been in a relationship, but yes.
But it's like, well, they'd be like, well, how can you know this and that about this, that, and the third, and you ain't been in no real relationship? But it's like we've been in like these situationships feel like relationships, but men just have a problem with commitment. So it's like they doing this stuff, and then they're like, we too. Best friends, or we friends, or what do we locked in, but we.
And I've had somebody where like they wanted to be in a relationship, but I struggled with the commitment, and it was on me because I want to have a leg up. Yeah. And like that's something I got to deal with, like with my abandonment issues because of my upbringing, what happened with my parenting stuff. You know, like I really noticed that like my abandonment issues was affecting like my actual relationships. I'm scared that somebody's going to hurt me or leave me, so it's like, oh, I gotta get a one up on you. Like I'm gonna play you so you don't play me, and it's like I had to really transition out of that mindset because when I was actually like with a good man or in a good situation, I felt like I would push back and find an excuse for like why I can't do it or why it's not feasible for me at the time, and like because I didn't want me to let my guard down and be vulnerable and then like they cheat on me. Yeah. Or like at least if I'm in a situationship and they do something on me, I'm like, oh, that wasn't my man anyway. Yeah. Like I could come back with that, but like when you actually with somebody, it's like it's harder because you were vulnerable enough to put a commitment and say, I'm going to drop all my others for this because I trust you and this is what I want. I want to get to know you on a deeper level. Yeah. And they play you. You open up that door for that. And
the thing with situationships too is like the relationship makes you feel like when you're in a committed relationship, you're like, okay, this person chose me. They're like, this is my person that I'm stepping out with in this way. So you feel in those spaces, you feel safe, you feel worthy, like you feel like you can rest in your feminine. But in situationships, it's from my experience, they made me feel so unworthy because it's like I'm over here putting in all this effort, like I'm showing you the best love you never got in your life, like I'm doing all this, and it's like you still not like in a sense picking me, or like you got all your other stuff going on. You're like, oh, I can't do a relationship right now, but this, that, and the third. It literally makes you feel so unworthy. So in this new season, they say your first relationship after the toxic one is like the hardest. And so in my experiences since then, I've noticed like I'm having a hard time feeling like I'm still having PTSD from feeling like unworthy or not good enough, or like that I did this, that, and the third wrong. So now I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm trying to navigate, like, it's tough trying to not have those mindsets, like, in the new things. And then, because then you meet somebody and they going through their own stuff too. They overcoming things too. they got things they fighting too. Like a lot of men feel like women are gonna play them, and so it makes them not want to like do certain things. And then
I've seen both sides for sure.
I definitely see both sides, and then but then it kind of triggers my like PTSD of like, well, damn, do he just not feel like I'm worth it to like put in the effort or
to
like
see it and give me a chance to play? Like, do you not see all these qualities and things I bring to you?
The value, do you not see the value here? And like they have a hard time taking a risk, and so it makes me feel like, ooh, this is reminding me of something in some place that I don't want to go. Mm-hmm. But really, it's just them thinking the same thing. They're like, I don't want to be played like that again, or I don't want these women taking advantage of me. Like, that's the tough part about dating. Y'all both are trying to navigate like.
It's like just both of y'all playing defense.
Literally, y'all, both thinking y'all gonna play each other
at the same time.
Yeah. And
that's just not how it works.
No.
And like our generation got that real bad. Like,
really bad.
And I get it.
I get it too.
But like at some point when you take the risk, I'm willing to take the risk on you. Yes. I'm willing to be vulnerable, and like I struggle with that. I literally be on my bullshit because I'm afraid of that. But like when somebody is worth it to me, I'm like, you know what? If they play me, like this was a good experience. Like,
that's my mindset. Now God is like, I'd have been through it all. I'm like, if I get hurt, God done pulled me out of hurt I never thought I was gonna get pulled out of.
Baby girl, I be up on the floor like about to throw up. And
every time God pulls me out, and literally I'm like, now sis, that's
I look like myself. Get up off the floor.
You was really
on the floor in the bathroom talking about some.
Girl,
why you?
It would be when I be heartbroken, bro. I'll be walking around the house for days crying. Like, I would be making oatmeal and just break down in tears. Like,
I could be eating oatmeal with him.
I'll just be thinking, like, I'll be like, oh my gosh. Or, bro, I would cry.
Hit you at random times.
When I broke up, when me and one dude broke up, I had to work 6 days in a row after the breakup.
Not to think about that shit. No, I be on go.
Bitch, I have to be on go. Up. And I worked in a museum. And they played sad country music in the store, bitch. I was crying.
No.
I kept having to go to the back. I said, I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta take a minute.
Listen, this girl don't clock out. She could have pissed us off.
And that's what made me mad. As a boss, bitch, send me home.
Right.
She not a bitch. But send me home. You see I'm emotionally going through something and it's slow. Send me home.
Girl, they don't care. They don't care. That's why one thing about me, I'm gonna take off. Cause y'all don't care about me.
And see, I worked at a job where like I was in college still, so I didn't have no like PTO type thing. Like if you call in, it's like that's your third time calling in. So, but yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
I guess I always work jobs like I've been there so long. Like,
yeah,
and I be working shit. I do be on my shit now. Most of the time. I be on it to where you don't want to lose me.
Oh, absolutely.
You don't want to be mad. You don't be mad at all of me.
Customer service.
It's this thing.
Top tier.
Oh yeah, anything where I've been in customer service, that's what I mean. Like they don't want to lose me in customer service.
My work ethic is like, I don't know if it's because I was the only child or not, but like I'm like a big multitasker. Like I remember I worked at Lifetime. They had me open in the cafe from like 5 to 8 by myself. I was in there for 2 hours, slinging shakes, making sandwiches. The main time people there. Doing everything by myself, taking register. It wasn't no complaints. And I knew everybody by name and I knew their order.
And yes ma'am.
By myself. Period.
Yeah, so that energy.
They didn't want to lose me. And when I moved to tennis, they was sad.
5 to 8 by yourself. That's the most prominent hours for the gym. I feel like
5 a.m. 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. So in the morning time.
Real boss.
It'd be I was waking up. I'm getting there. Bitch. Yeah. Anyway. Back on topic. So. We was talking about situationships. We on to the next one now?
Yeah, we might as well, cause.
Okay, on to the next topic. Like I said, this is just part 1.
This is part 1.
We can talk about this for literal weeks.
Yeah.
On end.
And that's why we gonna get some of y'all in here. Y'all gonna talk about y'all's. We gonna feed off each other. We probably gonna get even deeper.
We love with this. These are testimonies. When we get deep about this stuff, like you help other people. So
for sure.
And that's a good thing to think about when you think about if you should be vulnerable. Cause you might help somebody else.
You might help somebody. And I know like any man I've dated, like I really look at that like I hope I was able to help them. And I know I was. And
I know I've helped them.
For sure.
Cause they'll tell me like, bro, like.
Yeah.
You just made me realize you've been my biggest teacher. And I said like you've been my biggest teacher too because Shit.
You taught me not to lose my mind again, okay? That's what you taught me. I'm playing. They taught good and bad.
And you learn a lot about yourself.
For sure.
It's like what, because I'm like, damn, bitch, you was putting up with some crazy shit.
And that says something about you when you're dealing with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something about me. Like, that's teaching me something. When I'm sitting up there dating somebody, it's like, I look at myself after I remember I saw this thing. I ended up having to repost that mug. It said, pain leaves once it's done teaching you.
Yep.
And I said, that's why sometimes I'm like, I was only dating that dude a month.
Yeah.
Why take me a year and a half to get over it? What? We was dating for a month.
Yeah.
And it's like, you have abandonment issues.
Yeah.
You weren't worried about, it wasn't just grieving the relationship. You were sad because you felt like, what made me feel like I wasn't worthy enough for him to stay.
That'd be the part. That's the lingering.
And that's what lingered. Not me mourning the relationship.
Yeah.
It was the, why didn't you choose me, that was lingering around for that year and a half. I probably was mourning the relationship for a month.
Yeah.
If that might be pushing. I probably actually mourned like what was going on a couple days.
Yeah.
But what was lingering was that feeling of, well, now, it was somebody else. Oh, well, what wasn't I doing? What? Or now I look back.
And I know who you're talking about too. That's somebody, he got his own shit going on. Like, he got some shit he gotta work out.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, he does.
So it's like, yeah.
But that's how it felt. You know? And so.
Yeah. Well, so now let's talk about, since we've learned from our first half of our 20s, going into like what we're going through now, what are we looking for? What are we looking for? What's our interest? Like, what do we want? What's your
ideal partner? If you could just, minus the physical, we can think in our head our little physical things that we're interested in. But I guess, what is your ideal partner? Like, what are their interests? What are their hobbies? What do y'all do together? How they treat you? How you feel with them? Let's start.
So we cookie cutting.
Yeah. This is ideal. You know, some of this stuff, once you actually meet the man, you like, okay, that's just fluff stuff.
Well, and I think some of the stuff I don't even know if I'm like or not like. So it's like,
true. Because once you get into it, you be like, never mind. I thought I liked that. Because one of mine is like, I want somebody who's interested in sports, because I want to be the one to lay out all the stuff for, like, when their friends come over to watch the game on Sunday. I want to have like a little spread and then, you know, decorate. I want it to be like, what's their favorite team is going to be. You know, I'm extra like that, so I want them to be interested. But like, what if like they so interested in sports, he forget to do our date night and go? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's pros and cons to their interests.
It definitely is. Gosh, you want to go first? Me first? Woo! Jesus. So, ideal partner, what would their interests and hobbies be? I like a man who is passionate about something, who is a little bit of a creative. I just love a beautiful mind on a man. I really do. I really like that. I like him to have some sort of hobby or something like I don't want no workaholic now. But I want you to I want you to be like expressing your creativity, because that's what keeps us, I feel like, living and not just surviving.
Passionate about his craft and what he's doing. He like enjoys it. He not coming back like, I hate my job. I hate my life.
I want somebody who's happy to be doing what they're doing. I've always liked a real athletic man, like somebody who just likes to be athletic, or not even just work out, just like play basketball on the street, whatever.
Oh, I love people who be like, I'm about to go play basketball with the girls. I think that's so cool.
Yeah, I like that too. And I like to watch.
I do too.
When I was dating men that played video games, I loved watching them play their video games. Like, I would sit there and be like, ooh, you got it. Ooh, okay.
Especially when you see them getting hyped, it's like funny.
Yes, I love it. I like a family man. I want you to like be around your family. I want you to incorporate your family in things that you do. If you like have a good relationship with them, I don't want nobody who's just like anti-family, like just ducked off, like ooh, not fucking my family. But and those are the interesting hobbies I can think of. I'm really not picky when it comes to that stuff. I just want them to be their most authentic self. Because to me, if they're being their most authentic self, it's either gonna align with me or not.
I agree.
And either way, I'm gonna be like, that aligns with me, so cool. Or if it doesn't align, I'm gonna be like, we can be friends. I respect it. So what do we do together? Everything. No, I was actually.
Oh, hell no.
No, I was actually talking to somebody the other day, and he put it into very good words. He said, you know, you gotta kind of just let stuff flow. Like you might end up want to do everything with them, or you might not want to do everything with them. But in a perfect world, ideally, I like a man who likes to do stuff with me. But I am an only child. I love my alone time. I love to like go to a coffee shop by myself and chill. But like, I like to have a balance. Like I'm gonna go to a coffee shop by myself a few times, and then, but I want you to come with me today, and let's do this.
And we can have a little coffee date.
Yes. Grocery shopping is always fun with a man. I like that. What else we do? Pray together. That is a big thing that we have to do that moving forward in anything that I'm doing. We have to pray together because in the past season I was in, I went through so much from June to, gosh, just not now, but after June of last year, the second half of 2022 was so hard for me. And I literally would not have made it out if I didn't pray. Like I talked about this last pod, how I was praying out loud and literally just releasing so much and crying. It's turned into 20-minute praying sessions. I'm wailing. I would not be where I am now, like in the place I'm at, without the prayer. And so now I'm moving forward. God has shown me how important it is to pray. No matter what your religious view is, like just the act of praying it rewires your subconscious. Your subconscious, I was reading this in the book, your subconscious and your conscious, like they cannot tell each other apart. Like your subconscious can't tell what's good and bad. It has a hard time deciphering that. So it's like you have to rewire and reprogram that stuff.
That part.
And the praying helps with that a lot. So that is a must. We must pray together. He must be a praying man. He must be I'm going to God man. Not that we talked about that yet, but what else we do together? I get very motivated. I have so much going on in my life that I like a man that can motivate me a little bit, which sounds like people might say that's codependent, but it's not. It's just like I like my man's like, come on, baby, you've been doing this all day. Like, let's go run. Like, let's go for a walk.
Support. Like, that's not wrong to ask if like your whole life isn't dependent on them.
Right. No.
If you still can do this. You're capable of doing it. It's just like sometimes we get in moments where we feel, where we're not feeling motivated to do something, but in the discipline, we're needing the discipline. So sometimes you need the encouragement when you don't feel motivated, because that discipline is supposed to kick in and you just be like, okay, I'm gonna be disciplined. But sometimes having that accountability when the discipline is lacking.
Exactly. And I feel like that's the point. Like I always say, God put us here for a reason. Like we're supposed to be
a resource to each other.
Literally, we're supposed to be pulling each other out of unconscious places. We're supposed to be, holding each other accountable if we need to. So I like a man that can kind of be like, come on, let's go do this, or stuff like that. How do they treat me? Like an angel, like a queen, like a human being, somebody with feelings, somebody with a deepness to them. I am I don't want to say very emotional. I'm a very deep person, and I feel things, and I like to be seen in those spaces. So somebody who treats me with a lot of kindness and care and knows that I like to just talk and get deep, that's how I need to be treated. Like I need you to treat me back with that. Like, okay, babe, you want to talk about this? Like, let's talk about it. Or do you want to dissect this? Okay, let's dissect it. Like, stuff, because I analyze and stuff like that, but I also like somebody to treat me like, okay, you might be doing too much, but I hear you. I just want to be heard. Absolutely. I want you to treat me like I'm heard. So how does they treat me? All the love languages, of course. I need them all. There's like,
all that.
Right now in my life, acts of service is my number one. Just because I have so much going on, like acts of service is like how you can show me that you really locked in with me, that you're really like, okay. It can be something so simple.
I'm trying to make your life easier type.
Yes, make my life something to make my life easier. But I like all of them. Just a balance between all of that. How do I feel with him? I want to feel like, gosh, it's such a hard thing to put into words. I want to feel safe. I want to feel like I can rest in my feminine. I don't want to have to be over acting in over masculine, because I've had to do that my whole life. Same. Being an only child, raised by a single mother, like I've always had to operate in my masculine energy because there was no man around. There was no, like, I was taking care of myself. My mom was taking care of me. She taught me to take care of myself and do this. Like, I'm doing everything. Mm-hmm. Now I've been an only grandchild. Now that my grandma's passed, grandpa's here, but like now I'm doing it now still. Yeah, I'm taking care of him. Taking care of this, taking care of that. Like, I'm doing a lot of masculine shit. Yeah. I don't want to be with somebody that's like making me have to do that more in the relationship. Like, I need to be able to operate my feminine. So yes, I want to feel at home with them. They say home is not a place. It ain't. I feel like it can be in a person too, and I definitely believe that. I want to feel like the presence of God with them, like. Mm-hmm. Like I wanted to feel like a divine thing. I just wanted to always feel divine and full of love. Like, I wanted to be God ordained for real. Like, you can feel that God wanted that. You know, I believe that we may have multiple, you know, soulmates in the world, but it's like who you end up with is just who you were aligned with at that time. Like, maybe in another life, like that other soulmate, you know, in another dimension. Past teachers from past lives, all maybe. That. But I think that is so important. Like, just feeling like, okay, God has his hand on this. Mm-hmm. That's really above. I don't even want to say soulmate or whatever. Right, yeah. God has his hand on this. Has his hand on it. I'll never forget Toby and John's vows. And she said, I know God wanted peace for me whenever he gave me you. Or it was something like that. And ever since she said that, I was like, that's the feeling that I'm trying to embody in my relationship. Yeah. That was a beautiful wedding. That wedding was beautiful. It was beautiful. That Neo and I fell in love with you. That's why it's hard to say goodbye. That's why every time you smile, I get a little bit closer to the sky. Look, before they copyright us. I would've left you on the first time. That's why I'm better than you. We're done. Now your turn. Tell me, because I can go on and on and on. You tell me. I already kind of got mine written down. Because I did this activity already, so I'm going to just read them. That made my fast. Okay. So I said their interest in hobbies. They would just be like having, first and foremost, a genuine growing relationship with God. Like, they have a genuine interest because, you know, I kind of controversial. Oh, yes. So, like, I like somebody who has their own mind, and they're like, you know, well, I grew up this way, but now I'm learning this, and now I have this belief off of my true, like, it's foundational. You have something to build upon, not just like, I was taught this, boom. But, like, those things that were put into you as a child and all those things, if that is what you're now believing, like, you actually have, like, valid reasons why you believe that. Like, there's some validity behind it. They're interested in building generational wealth. They're interested in investing and building things for the future, not just like right now. And they don't have to have a whole lot of everything, but just like, that's an interest. Like, that's something they want to. That's one of mine too. Yeah. A lot of stuff you said, I was like, oh yeah, that's same. Yeah, building generational wealth is important. You need to be thinking about your legacy. That's a big thing. My grandpa was big on that. Yeah. I feel like growing up, I saw him, like, that was honestly the main thing I remember of my grandpa. It's just like how much he was like, this is going to the next generation. Yes. We need to, you know, like, that was so big to him. So, like, I love seeing that in a man. Him being in the garden with me, teaching me like how to, like, that's beautiful things. I just want my husband to, like, be interested in, like, teaching the next generation. Like, oh, we got a farm. Oh, we got a funeral home. Okay, my grandpa had me in a funeral home, like, showing me, like, how to run the books, how to do this, having me answering the phone calls, like, teaching me at a young age was, like, so cool. At 10 years old, 9 years old, 8 years old. Yes. And you said something, too, the controversial thing. Yeah, that's the big thing for me, too, because I'm very controversial. I can't be with no man that's like, this is how it's supposed to be, this is how it's going to be done, this is what the government said, this what that. No. I can't. No, we will not work. That ain't going to work. We're not going to work out, baby, because I am probably by the book a conspiracy theorist. So, yeah, people be saying that about you. They be like, yo, conspiracy theorist friend. Somebody called you that the other day. Good. I hope they wake up. Period. They didn't say that it was bad. They just was laughing. It was like, yo, conspiracy theorist.
best friends.
Y'all tap in. Soul period spoken on Instagram.
SO.soul.
Oh yeah, spoken. I'm gonna put it in the
You
thing.
know, black people get to talking. It kind of sound like you saying
soul spoken with periods in between on Instagram, so you can learn and get out the matrix. Okay, go continue.
Period.
Continue.
Okay. I said they like trying new things. They like hanging out with their friends, like having like their little men night. Oh, I ain't gonna lie. I would love like how we have our girls' nights. I would love to like set everything up, decorate for him, and they have like a men's night, and I leave, go with my girls, and then like they have one here.
I like that too. The individuality has to stay there.
Has to. I be asking dudes if they have been with me for a certain amount of time. Like, I like you a lot, but when the last time you went and hung out with such and such? And they usually appreciate that, but
because the point of their life is not to just be about us.
No.
They need to be doing their own thing too for their own life.
And I need my alone time.
And
I love the male species, baby. I love them, but I be like,
go out with
break
the boys.
Time, baby.
Yes.
Go hang with your friends. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Traveling and sports. I think that I want them to like traveling. And then sports, like I said, I kind of want to like decorate, put up stuff for like when they friends come over, have a little spread out, like food, them to like kick it, while I have a big old TV for them. Like, I like that. Okay. That's all for those. Okay.
That's just an interesting hobby.
Yeah, that was interesting hobby. Okay, I'm hurry up.
No, I was like, I thought you was. I said she don't together.
Okay. What do we do together? I put pray together / for each other and like attend church. We don't necessarily. I think we need to stay in a church community.
Yeah.
It's not just about attending church, but we need a church family, because me being at Reach Out, even if like I just go on Wednesdays and I don't go on Sundays as much, like that's like every now and then, because I go to a different church on Sundays, because I'm sorry. Love Reach Out. Hope y'all don't watch this again, man. I already told them this today, face though. That Sunday service, baby.
Yeah.
4 hours, can't do it, baby.
OD.
Can't do it, baby. 9 to 1, what's that?
That's
oh, yeah.
4 hours.
No, I'm sorry, baby. Love y'all. But I'll be there on Wednesdays, though.
Yeah.
Because I love that. And I love going over their houses and having that fellowship and learning how to get on prayer call, having Bible study. Yeah. I still do all that. But that Sunday service, baby.
Yeah. I like to go to church, but I'm not a every Sunday girl. But I do think it's important to go and get like fed by people. Even if you don't fully believe in Christianity or you're still unsure about it, going to church and like hearing a good word,
man,
it's still like I still believe like no matter what I believe about the Bible, Jesus has got one of the best teachings about life in the New Testament.
In experience, and I see it, and I see it in like the things that are said. You know, regardless of what you believe, I think from anything you can learn.
Yes,
you know, if we stop feeling so like.
Jesus, he teaches us how to love. Like, if you truly, like, move like Jesus, like, you're doing pretty good in life. I try to move like Jesus.
Moving with love, for real.
Moving with love, because Jesus is love. Jesus teaches about love. I respect him as a teacher. Like, you spitting game. For like, you spend game, and I'm going to come hear about it from time to time. And I want my man to come, too, from time to time.
Yeah. And, like, we have conversation, and, you know, that's just me. But we pray together for each other. That's important, that foundation.
Yeah.
What you believe, like, we can talk about that. But, like, they got to have a relationship, a growing relationship, a genuine relationship with God. Because I can tell when a man is trying to be interested in something because they're trying to pursue me. Baby, this discernment is on 1,000. People tell me all the time. They be like, girl, when you say that somebody ain't moving right, or you're not a fan of somebody, which is rare, kind of rare that I don't like somebody, but like it be with reason. Yeah. Because energy does not lie. I don't care what anybody say. You can walk in a room, you can tell something is off, and somebody has malicious intent.
Oh, especially that malicious,
When you have a discerning spirit, and one of my spiritual gifts definitely is a spirit of discernment. Anywho, pray together for each other, attend church, communicate even when it's difficult. That's big for me. We do that. We're communicating. We're gonna have like different ways. Like, okay, I'm upset with you. Let's write a letter. I write a letter because if I say, I don't know what I got going on.
Holy Ghost,
baby, he said wrap it up. Drop somebody, baby. Come on. Okay, but communicate even when it's difficult.
I'm a big believer on weekly check-ins. Like, y'all need to sit down at a table or whatever and like check in every week. Like,
So what's up? What you thinking?
Yeah.
I know I was getting on nerves a little bit this week.
Yeah.
But I love you.
What can we do better next week? Yeah.
I like that. That's good. I like that, actually. Weekly check-ins. Okay. Oh, and then these are kind of fun. I just said arcade games, try new foods and things, travel often, hold each other accountable to reach our goals, go to the lake and fly kites. I love flying kites, so that just got put on there.
That would be fun.
Weekly dates, and then you're gonna roll your eyes. Take Skip on walks and play dates.
Oh, if I had a dog, I would be like, yeah, you need to take my dog out sometime.
So we gotta go.
Okay.
Okay, does.
That's good. You know what I like about our list? We didn't talk about anything sexual.
Oh.
Okay.
That's a separate series.
Okay.
I mean on the separate episode. Next episode. Yeah. But that's good though. See, that's why we our head in the right place.
Right place. Because here's the thing, this is what men need to learn, I think. It may be some women.
Women too.
If somebody is really for you, God's gonna know if they can please you sexually. You don't gotta worry about that much off rip. Now, if he's not giving head, I'm sorry. It's a deal breaker for me.
I'm about to run out. Cause every time we say that, this for you. I don't think it's gonna work.
Because that's absurd to me. That's like asinine to me.
Because if I said I'm not doing that, then they be ready to pass out, hit the floor.
Pass out. Like
they be ready to pass out and hit the floor. You say that, but then they can say it and they.
But I'm trying not to hold on to that so much because I don't want to change nobody. But I feel like if you really locked in with somebody, you're like, damn, I really love this person. Let me go eat her coochie. Like, let me just try it. I know I ain't never been a fan of it, but let me try it. Because if she the one, I'm gonna probably like that. So I do have faith in that too. That maybe God would be like.
Because maybe they had a bad experience or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I ain't had nobody. I'm trying to think if I've heard somebody tell me that.
And I be thinking they had because we never think about female predators as children. You never know what experience they had with a grown woman.
I've been around too many men lately who have been talking about their first person was older than them and they thought it was cute or something. You are a victim.
Yeah.
You are a victim. This is not fucking funny. If a grown woman, anybody, if you are 12 years old and she is 20, that is not cute.
At all.
Honestly, I really was about to say if you 12 and she's 16. I really was going to say.
I've always thought it's weird for the male to be younger. Anyway. And the girl. But
I was dating a dude a year younger than me and I was like.
Yeah.
He was a year and a half.
Because they already don't mature at the same rate as us. So
I feel like you look a little kid after a year.
But I actually know somebody on Facebook. I don't really know her. But I see her on Facebook. I think she's her baby daddy is 18, 19. And she's 25, 26. And she's he be doing
a lot of stuff. It depends on the person. It really depends on the person.
It depends, but
it do depend on the person because people different. But when it comes to anything that's below the legal age, jail.
Yeah,
baby, you are a victim.
Yeah. But they don't see like that. They just see a fine.
I got some.
Oh, she fine. I'm pulling older women. They know what's up over here. They know what I got.
No, baby, I'm sorry. I've been hearing that, and I've been up here, girl. I ain't gonna lie. I get home and I be sad. I'm just there thinking, I'm like, he don't even know. I'm not laughing at the situation. I'm laughing at the fact that I be at home talking about.
Jesus.
I can't believe it. Anyway, so let me finish this.
So I can talk about that some more too. We're gonna talk about that.
We gotta talk about that because men, y'all need to start talking about these women who been. That ain't cute. Okay, I gotta look at the camera for this. That ain't cute. Let's nip that in the bud. We talking about how that. No. Okay? That ain't cute. And we need to start holding these women accountable. Not every man wants to have sex, and that is rape. If you are trying to force somebody to do something they don't want to do, and coercion. If you are coercing them to do something they don't want to do, that's also a problem. Especially when they don't have the mind to do that to themselves. Whether it's they're mentally ill enough that they can't speak from a good place where they actually can say whether they want that or not, whether it's mentally they're unable to, or if they are unable to due to
lack of maturity.
Lack of maturity in their age. Yep. Problem. Period.
You know what you're doing.
You know what you're doing, that ain't cute.
And it's not cute, and it's gonna come around to bite you in the ass because God don't like shit like that. I'm speaking for God. Me and God locked in. That's my spiritual gift.
What Kendrick Lamar say? If God be the source, then I am the plug talking.
And I'll tell you, God don't like that shit. I'll tell you right now. He don't like that shit.
God be the source, then I am the plug talking, okay?
Shit.
Alright, how do they treat me? Delicately, / with care, / gentle.
I'm thinking you been done, bro.
Okay, for real. Okay, like a priority, he loves surprising me with acts of service and quality time. Transparent, honest, open, no intentional lies. If it's an accident, okay. Man of his word. When he makes plans, I'm part of them. And he treats me with respect. Okay, how do I feel with him? I said safe / secure. I can operate in my feminine and embrace it. He makes me feel like he actually enjoys spending time with me. He makes me feel sexy. He makes me feel loved.
That's important. Makes me feel worthy. That needs to be on there too.
He makes me
Our
feel
first
like I
two
add
were the
value.
same.
Literally.
I think our first two were the same.
Yeah.
That goes to show.
That goes to show we need that as women. We didn't even talk
Safety,
about this first.
Security. And when you tell a man you want security, they take it the wrong way. You should be secure within yourself. You should be like, nobody's talking about that type of security, but like it's a relationship. Like you gotta get some security.
Men have so many options, the ratio of women to men is just, it's a large difference. And like, there's so many beautiful women. There's so much, it's easy to feel, especially with social media and stuff. It's so easy to feel like I need a little reassurance. I want to know that I'm still like desirable to you. That is the best word. I feel like. Am I still desired by you? Yes, you still actively choose to be in this relationship, and that is great. I'm glad you're choosing me. That is number one. You're choosing me because love is an act of choice. I think you chose me. Thank you. Yeah. But I need reassurance that I'm still desired by you. That you still actually want this. Like you want me. That like, what can I do to make you? If maybe we get to a point like when we get older, I need my man to tell me like, what can I do to like sexually arouse you in a way that like maybe you got tired of the same things. Can we have a conversation about what I can do to like make things exciting for us again? I just want to be desired and feel just secure in a relationship. I have not felt that before. I haven't felt secure.
It's been rare for me too. It's been there, but not fully. It doesn't like it's always been something. But yeah, I think that's something we're gonna have to make sure. Like we can't put up with that no more. No. We gotta feel secure.
Got to.
Cause I feel secure in myself, but in the relationship, being secure in yourself and secure in a 2-person relationship is completely so different.
And they don't get that.
They don't get it. Get it.
Get into it, baby.
Whew. That's all your list?
Okay, I'm done for
How long was that, y'all? 10 minutes?
I don't know. That was probably 20. I ain't gonna
10 minutes.
My therapist had me do this activity, so I was being thoughtful in it. I was trying to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, really break it down. Yeah. But now, that did sound long. No, but it didn't take long when I wrote it. It only sounded
long because mine was off, like, thought. In real life, I would have did a list. It'd probably been just as long, if not longer.
If you actually did it, yeah. But I already did it, yeah.
So, well, that concludes this installment.
The first part of dating in your 20s. We're going to have some different questions, some different stuff for our next one. Y'all DM us if you want to be in it, because I'm not going to lie.
Or if you have topics about this that you want us to talk about.
That too.
DM us, comment.
What topics do you want us to talk about?
Questions you want us to answer. We're pretty open. I'm very open. I'm an open book. So, baby, if you want to know, I'm telling. Because I believe in testimonies healing people and helping people. You can learn from other people's mistakes. Yeah. I am a big believer of that. I went through it, so you ain't got to. All right.
And you're actively working on those things, so it's like it's tangible. You're like, oh, she experienced this, but this is how she's working through it. Ooh, does that work for me? Okay, maybe I'll take this part, but I didn't like that part that she said. You can pick and choose what's helpful out of what somebody has said. Yes. So. Yes. Period.
Well, that's it.
That's wrap it up. I'm hungry.
All right, y'all. We love y'all. Be safe. Have fun.
What I'm gonna eat.
And get something to eat.